Hello, wonderful people, and welcome to another interview of the series New Generation Hypnosis, where we meet good hypnotists from all over the planet to share information, content, stories, and personal experience. My name is Caruso Colzi, and today our guest will be Beena Rani Goel. Welcome, Beena. How are you?
Hi, Caruso. I'm good. Fine, thank you. How are you?
Very, very fun. I'm so I'm so willing to understand what you're gonna say in this interview. I'm so excited. So, first step is present yourself. Tell us who you are, where you come from, and what you do.
Okay, I was born in Kerala, southernmost state of India. If you know the map of India, it is like this and at the extreme tip. So I finished my dental graduation there. Then I married my classmate who was from up north, 3000 kilometers away. So we went north side, finished our post graduation from Lucknow, India. And now we are settled in city of Belgaum in Karnataka state, again South India. And you'll be happy to know it is just 150 kilometers from Goa, the paradise for sea beaches. Okay. Then professionally, I'm an endodontist, which means I'm specialized in doing root canal treatments. I'm also into alternative therapies. I'm a Reiki Master, past life regression therapist, hypnotherapist, and I'm trained in so many other modalities like EFT, Jinshin Jutsu, and Ilahinur healing. So that's about myself.
So as you can see, Bina is lots of things together. He knows lots of things, lots of things. So, but the second question that I want to ask is, how did you approach the word of hypnosis the first time?
Okay, first time I heard about hypnosis when I was just a schoolgirl. My brother had a friend who used to do hypnosis. So he used to visit him, then come home and tell wonderful stories about what he witnessed in hypnosis. So it fascinated me no end. Then years later, a medical colleague told about his experience when he was doing studying medicine in the early 60s. So he witnessed a yogi stopping his heartbeat and breathing for quite a substantial amount of time. The medical parameters would have declared him dead, but he came back normal and he told that he has stopped his vital functions voluntarily. So I thought, my God, what an influence of mind. And then the word hypnosis popped up again. Then decades later, I got into hypnosis when I was trained in past life regression therapy in 2008. But I got really deep into this after I was trained by Jack Vins from UK.
So this story is really, really fascinating, and you have seen so many things in your career. But in all this time that you studied hypnosis, that you worked in this field, uh, what did you discover that it's been fascinating you more than anything else?
First thing that fascinated me was it substantiated my core belief that whatever happens with a person, the mind has a big role to play in that. Then, second is how quickly we can get the results with the hypnosis. A client comes in with in deep depression, and I feel sad to see that face and expression. And once the session is over, that face is glowing. It is so satisfying. And then there is the role of pain relief in hypnotherapy. You know, in dentistry, I have to deal with the pain in my patients. Of course, through medication, but I know the side effects of all the medicines. So if I can give them pain relief without side effects, why not? It's a wonderful choice. And then the most fascinating thing is when I learned hypnotherapy, I realized I have been using hypnosis all along. Okay, my husband tells that my hypnotic approach has helped to dehypnotize him from the trance that the external world is always pushing us into. And then my children were getting a good dose of metaphors that were aimed to develop their character in the form of stories through their growing years. Yeah.
And being part of the Indian culture, you have a strong culture of stories and how relate with stories. But you already said to us lots of things so interesting, and I want to ask this because you are a dental specialist, which means you're a medical doctor. And you work also with the field of energy, with Reiki, with AFT, as you said. How do you combine those different reality, or at least they seems so distant, yeah, but how do you combine them with hypnosis?
Okay, so for this, you have to understand a little bit about root canal treatment. Okay, so that is root canal treatment has a bad reputation that it is very painful. Although majority of the cases that is not true, it is painless, but there are some cases which can be painful. So I have to take small needle-like instruments into the canals, clean them, enlarge, and fill it. So I need very good, deep, we call it profound anesthesia. I need deep anesthesia for the root canal treatment, which is much more than anesthesia needed for extraction of the tooth. So sometimes when the tooth is highly inflamed, the anesthetic solution cannot work deeply. So we will not get the full anesthesia, and in those cases, it will be painful. And added to that, the patient is scared. So the pain threshold is lowered so much. So I used to do some Reiki healing for my dental patients to calm them down. So the pain is not there, anesthesia works. And in some cases, my patient will be sleeping and snoring in the chair when I am working with them. So the hypnotherapy can increase that pain threshold. So that way it is really useful. And another very important aspect is when you consider the general population, see, the tooth disease is very much preventable, okay, by brushing properly, brushing after dinner, after breakfast, and more than that, rinsing the mouth every time anything goes into the mouth, including food and sweetened drinks. So, how much ever we tell this to our patients, over time, they don't follow that and they get decayed teeth. So I think through hypnotic suggestion, we can make this habit to last longer. That will be a very good idea. Okay.
Yes, hypnosis it's used a lot for also surgery, for we call it
Yeah.
hypnotic anesthesia or analgesia, analgesia. And but you work a lot with medical doctors as well, with hypnosis, helping them releasing stress and other problems related with their job. Would you like to talk about the community of doctors and how they relate their job with the word of hypnosis?
This is a very important question, Caruso. So I will reply it in three stages. One thing is, hypnotherapy is not included in the medical curriculum, if I know. And the medical doctors have very little knowledge on hypnotherapy. So if I ask some medical doctor, what is your opinion on hypnotherapy? Very interesting answers. I want to tell you some of these answers. One is hypnotherapy is just a lie. And then I know that subconscious exists, but how it works and how to get access, it's a mystery. Then hypnosis may help psychological problems, but it can't do anything for the physical ailments. We need to have more evidence-based proof so that we can start to believe in hypnotherapy. And if I refer my patient for hypnotherapy, he will think I'm not an efficient doctor. Then what will my colleagues think if I say I believe in hypnotherapy? So these are the limitations. Now, the second aspect, I do get some doctors for hypnotherapy to deal with their personal problems. So this may be physical ailments or mental and emotional problems. And And there are some doctors who have been taking antidepressant pills. So over time, they start getting the side effects and the addiction problems. At that time, they are looking for something by which they can get rid of this daily taking of the pills. Then the third aspect is, as a medical doctor, he or she is looking at the physical body for diagnosis and treatment plan. And when they become a specialist, they're just looking at one organ. Okay. So we have been trained like that. I'm also in the medical stream. We have been trained like that, or I would say we have been hypnotized into believing that. So we can get dehypnotized from this limiting belief through hypnotherapy. Okay. When we do that, our mind will be open to have an integrated approach and consider the body and the mind. In that approach, we'll see that hypnotherapy has a big role to play. So, finally, I would encourage doctors to include hypnotherapy as a tool in their armamentarium. And the time has never been more appropriate than now, because last year, due to that long lockdown, it has created psychological problems for many. We can get rid of that slowly working through the conscious mind, but it is going to take a long time. But with hypnotherapy, it may be just a few sessions. And then the medical fraternity was very, very highly stressed during that period. And if they can, get hypnotherapy sessions, they will benefit tremendously, and indirectly the patients also. If the doctors are in best health and best mental status, the patients will also benefit. So they have to think seriously and consider hypnotherapy as a very good tool. So that's my opinion.
It's really good to hear this from a medical doctor perspective, because I underline in Italy is the same when asked to doctor what hypnosis is,
Yeah.
and they say there are
Yeah.
no evident or scientific
Yeah.
evidence, which is not true. There are tons and
No.
tons of proofs. In fact,
Yeah.
there are lots of people they developing anesthetic allergies for anesthetic, and they are using hypnosis to as
Yeah.
substitute. Lots of people they are dealing with anesthesia. They train in hypnosis because they know it's natural. And then you you were saying something about the mental and body aspect, which we know already for a long time. They are connected each other. Also, there are lots of research about the psychosomatic effect of thinking. So for us as professional hypnotist or hypnotherapist, as you want to call it, we know that we tend to have an integrated approach, and we know is society, culture, positive thinking, food, relationship, how we speak to ourselves that change dramatically
Yeah.
everything. And it seems like if you change something here, it change all the system. And because you are from India, I believe you know lots of these things. Also, because in your culture, you have yoga, you have meditation. And nowadays, doctors are trying to find more and more experimental proof to understand that it was
Yeah.
already there. Would you like to spend a few words about this, the integrated mannerism that we use?
Yeah, it was there, but there was a division, total division. They used to think if we believe in what our ancestors told, it is superstition. So there was a long period when they were just not ready to look at, because our ancestors have written and given everything in detail, and all the answers are there. But this division came, and they were not just ready to look at this. But now I'm happy that slowly a turnaround is happening. Doctors are looking, they are doing, there are medical doctors, doing yoga. And like I also, I'm doing all these things. And there are many others. I have many doctors and dentists who come to me, who learn and get therapy. So it is happening. It's really very heartening to see that. Yeah. And also, yeah, some psychiatrists and pediatricians are adopting hypnotherapy. That is good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's important that we spread this information because we can use
Yes.
with children hypnosis as well. Also because they
Yeah.
are basically almost always in trance until
Yeah.
6 years old. They basically learning a lot more and faster because they are in hypnosis
Yeah.
already. So people should know. And I really thank you so much for what you shared. I believe I will interview more and more because you know lots of stuff. I'm curious and I know people is interested about what you can share with us. And but until then, thank you so much and have a great day. Bye bye, Vina.
Thank you, Caruso. Have a good day, you too. Bye bye.